Hi, I'm Jane Powell, and my current role, or my new role with English Lacrosse, is National Talent Development Manager.
Jane, can you tell us a little bit about your background and where you've come from?
Yes, I mean, as anybody can see, I'm reasonably old these days, so I've got quite a big background. I was an international player at hockey and cricket and junior England badminton. Then was a PE teacher, and then I've subsequently coached England cricket. Well, I was England cricket captain, and then coached England cricket. Then I went to England hockey and coached England under-18 hockey. Then from there I went back to cricket and I coached the senior England women's team. And then I went back to hockey to be the performance coaching manager, and then subsequently head of coaching. So all the way through I've been working with, I think I worked out that I'd been 35 years in international hockey, either as a player, coach or administrator manager.
Wow. So you think that elite performance of team sports is applicable whatever the sport?
Yeah, it's interesting because people keep saying, what do you know about lacrosse? I think primarily I know a lot about people. And I think that when you're working in any sport, even as a coach, then you're coaching people. The only thing you need on top of that then is the knowledge to be able to disseminate the key points to them in that environment. But the key thing is to get the best out of the player in the environment that they're in. So as far as the transfer of knowledge from hockey to lacrosse in particular, I see it as quite clear. They're both invasion games, they're both team games, they're both working at high intensity, and they're both working with athletes. And I think the talent processes that you can bring in are fairly similar, really, from a hockey through to a lacrosse environment.
So you've been in the post for 2 weeks?
1 week I've been in post. I started on Monday, so this is day 7. So far I've been up and down the country. I've been to Manchester twice. I've been down to the senior women's squad training and the development squad, which was an interesting day yesterday. Met some of the coaches and some of the players and could see the athletes that are there in the women's game that I'm sure that we can push on to greater achievements in the future.
So hockey, you obviously had a great success coming up to the Olympics last year in London, and for the women especially, brilliant medal position. Do you think that's something you can replicate at lacrosse for the 2017 World Cup?
I think for 2017 then I'd be really disappointed if we weren't able to medal for the women's lacrosse. The number of talented youngsters coming into the programme is quite amazing, 30,000 youngsters coming into the game. And I think it's just a question then of looking at the incremental gains that we can make between now and 2017. The talent systems would probably be more akin to the 2021 World Cup, but I don't see any reason why we can't just push on a little bit with the seniors that are already being identified, because majority of players will probably be known to people for the 2017, whereas for 2021 there's definitely youngsters out there that we don't know yet that will come to fruition.
And as we can see going on in the background here, we're at the National Conference, and we've got Dave Elwood, the current performance men's coach, delivering some coaching seminars. Will it be a challenge working with the men's game as well?
Again, really, I don't see it as a challenge. I think both games are slightly different in the way that they're played, and obviously some of the rules, etc. But they're still people that are playing it, and it's just a question of getting. What we need are processes, clear processes, rather than basing it on personalities, because personalities move on. So we just need to make sure that we get the processes in place. The content will be slightly different for the girls and the boys, because obviously the games are slightly different, but the process by which you identify talent and the way that you develop talent is very similar or the same for both genders, really.
Yeah. So 2018 for the Men's World Cup, we can also look forward to reaching new levels, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, that's a bit tougher because I think they come across more of a challenge from some of the professional setups around the world. But having said that, I think we need to focus on our own game and improve our own game, and then who knows, if we can at least get to a semi-final playoff, then anything's possible. And that, when I worked with hockey, our world aim for every tournament was to get to semi-finals, because just the same as hockey, then there's too many variables to guarantee that you'll get to finals and things, because you do have people called referees, umpires, you have climate conditions, you have playing conditions that can all affect. But at least if you get to semi-finals, you put yourself in with a chance of winning medals, and I think that's got to be an aim for us with the women's and the men's game.
Perfect, then. Thank you ever so much.